suck,
and that's sad.
An
AEW
AEW
wrestling podcast
of wrestling news.
Well, hello and welcome to YSATS X AEW. We are an AEW podcast, and tonight we have your TK.
Oh, you already screwed up.
I
don't
fucked
even
up.
need to make
Guess
up
it
a
should
reason.
start over.
Yeah, start it over. Take two.
Son of a bitch. Hello and welcome to YSATS X AEW. We are an AEW podcast, and tonight we're here with Matt
Goodbye.
and TK.
The better Flexo.
And what we're gonna do tonight, I believe, is talk about Dynamite from February 1st, as well as some random topics that we enjoy.
But first, goodbye.
And
Goodbye to Lanny Poffo, who passed away today.
Yeah.
Always
Sad to hear.
appreciated his work, and his brother was a personal hero of mine. So rest in Poffo, Lanny, peace.
You're here.
Oh, let's get started.
Let's go.
How was everybody's week? Was it good?
It's
Did we
been
have
pretty
good
good.
weeks? Pretty good.
Yeah.
Rocking and
Yeah.
rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
It's
watching.
kind of flown by, so it's been all right.
Yeah. It sure has. Sure freaking has. We had some good wrestling beyond just AEW. I was going to ask you, boys, do we want to talk about our little Royal Rumble? Do we want to dip our toes into the brackish waters of the Wii?
But we can dip.
Oh, we can dip.
When you dip, I dip, you dip.
Oh, we're dipping today. Good thing we're all fat. Otherwise, we'd have to take our clothes off because we'd be skinny dipping.
Oh. Wait, is that an option?
It's always an option. Yeah.
Oh,
I don't. The next
making
time I
sure.
wear pants while we record will be the first time.
Yeah.
But where do we want to start, guys? Do we want to start with our delicious AEW Dynamite from yesterday, February 1st, 2023? Or do we want to take our dip into the brackish waters?
Let's give the people what they're here for.
Let's give the person what they're there for. I agree.
Yeah, all 13 of them.
So
hey, we appreciate you all.
we do. We tell your friends and family.
We appreciate you like a good Mox match.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I appreciate them way more than I've ever appreciated any Mox match, and that's not superfluous. Pardon, that is not hyperbolic at all, and it is not superfluous because I'm only saying it once.
Segue into the first match on the Dynamite card.
Hated it.
The first match where John Moxley comes out with Wheeler Yulia and his dad
And a razor blade.
and the razor blade. And I said Weeder, not Wheeler. So
Mox, Ohio. Sums it up.
catching that one.
And then I instantly texted you guys that my 2-episode streak of not fast forwarding was broken as soon as the show started because Mox's dumbass entrance goes on forever.
That was so long.
It just goes on. The show starts and here's this jerk going through the audience. Wild Thing is playing.
Makes me miss Jericho's entrance.
God, at least it's a wrestling entrance. So that was how we started the show. And then Hangman Adam Page, he came out the normal way, and his entrance was fine and dandy. The production,
The crowd during this one was pretty good too.
Yeah,
Well, they were in Ohio, so
No, but how they started, like you could hear people rooting for Hangman
yeah,
in Ohio during the match. So that was kind of neat.
Even Ohioans can hate Mox. I mean,
Yeah.
regular people. Yeah,
People not from Ohio who came
Yeah, they
From
can
Indiana.
specifically hate Mox.
Kentucky, Indiana, Kentucky, Illinois.
Yeah,
who
represent
decided to
even
take the
Michigan.
trip.
They were like, "Fuck this guy." Ohio, fuck him.
Yeah,
Ohio, I think they get pretty territorial too. Like there's more than
that's all
one
they got is,
decently
like-
sized city
Yeah.
in Ohio.
That's
so
all they got.
Clevelanders and Cincinnati's aren't like bosom buddies necessarily.
but
This
they
was
were in Dayton.
Yes, this was Dayton.
which
So
is
that's
even
another
smaller.
little population center. I think that's like city number 4 in size in the state, maybe behind
And-
Columbus and the aforementioned 2.
Is
But
that where
I don't
Mox-
know.
Is that where Mox
I
is
mean,
actually
it's pretty
from?
much those three: Cincinnati, Columbus, Cleveland, and you know
Yeah.
whatever LeBron's from.
Uh, yeah.
That really good
Akron.
basketball
He's
player from
he's
Akron.
from Akron.
Steph
They were
Curry,
in
that really good
Dayton
basketball
today.
player from Akron.
Yeah. So I mean, since Ohio's got it going on, it's a great state.
Yeah, it's
But
no Illinois with
Mox
Chicago.
is not
But,
a great wrestler. He's hot garbage, and he kickstarted this match before the bell and said, "Let's just do some garbage stuff outside, and then let's do garbage stuff in the crowd." And at this point, I fast forwarded until I saw both guys were in the ring again. So if you guys want to talk about this trash, have fun.
Oh, I actually was working on my Warhammer 40K model during this match.
I already
Good
talked
choice.
enough trash about this trash.
Okay, so they got back in the ring,
And they started doing wrestling moves.
They did, and I actually kind of liked this chunk, guys. And I was thinking I could forgive this whole thing if like this is the actual start of the match. But it didn't end. It didn't end. It kept going.
I feel like the whole thing got like 22 minutes for no particular reason. Like, is Mox finally going on his fucking vacation?
I don't think he's ever going away now.
No, not at this point.
The first AEW house show is going to be in Ohio.
Yeah, he'll wrestle there. He'll kill himself there. He'll blade himself. He'll do all the mock stuff there, and thankfully we won't have to watch it.
But I'm excited. I'm excited for the house shows. But
yeah. If they do a house show in Chicago, I will probably want to go because that's always like better matches and good shit, and they can do what they want.
Yeah, house shows are just fun.
Watch, maybe that'll be your actual Louisville show you finally get.
Maybe that'd be a lot of fun.
That would make sense because it's a house show, and fuck it, Louisville is used to that kind of wrestling.
Probably go to Headliners or some random hole in the wall.
But they fucking sell out.
Yeah, in 20 minutes. But
we underestimated.
Page did his no selling for a lot of stuff. Thought it was over, but it wasn't.
The match made no sense from a storytelling point of view, or a wrestling point of view, or a fan point of view, and yeah.
It kept going. They kept brutalizing. It went back outside, and then it lasted outside for a gajillion years. They did a bunch of stuff right in front of the referee that would have gotten you disqualified normally. They stayed outside well past a count, no count, yeah. And then finally we go back in the ring to exchange big moves and no sell and no sell. And then like it culminates with Page tombstoning right in the middle of the ring. He tombstones Moxley, who immediately gets back up to set up the buckshot lariat. And that's already stupid enough, but okay, if that's how you finish it, whatever. No, he then has the wherewithal to counter that into his little Mox arm bar. What's it called? Whatever the I bleed every match.
Fujiwara armbar.
So, anyways, he does that thing. He gets Page to tap and yada yada yada. He doesn't even do that.
No, he does the surprise roll up.
Yeah, it was just a little roll up because Page tries to do the armbar to him. He kicks. That's right. Oh God, it's so bad that I forgot. So he basically no sells the tombstone, counters the buckshot lariat, but. No, takes the buckshot lariat, kicks out. He takes a tombstone, no sells it, takes the finish, kicks out at 2, and then Page puts him in the armbar, his own move, which he rolls Page up and gets the 3 count. And then even after that, rather than being dead, he's immediately back up on his feet and flicking people off. And
well, he got rolled up. Hangman did.
I'm talking about Mox.
No, it was Hangman who was flipping people off, I thought.
Yes, but Mox was doing it right back to him. Mox was right up. Mox and him were in each other's face. So Mox didn't even sell the like, oh, I can't believe I just pulled it off by the skin of my teeth. It just
like, no, I got my ass beat.
And then I fucking blood. He got rolled up blading on camera. He is And we'll
when you showed that picture, I was like, oh yeah, that's pretty Abdullah the Mox there.
He's not even trying to hide it. Like he just doesn't even give a shit. He is such a carny. I am so sick of him. And when the main event would come up, and like the main event was an example of a hardcore wrestling match even I could get behind. And storytelling wise, it still made sense. It was hardcore carny shit that was also still a real ass wrestling match. And this match just farted on some of its biggest spots. Just did the same shit, but for no reason. just
Yeah.
because, just so Mox could stroke his cock in front of the Ohio audience. Fuck this match and fuck John Moxley. Adam Page,
I don't
you're
think
actually pretty okay.
I don't think Flexo can tell Mox what type of match to have.
No,
I bet you he can say, "I want you to wrestle Queen," and he's just gonna say, I'm gonna come out and do what I want.
Nobody producing Mox matches. Mox is clearly producing his own matches.
Comes out with
because
it's the same match.
Shoulder swag
every time, same match every time. He just loves this garbage shit. He doesn't sell anything. It is now that German, like I think when the show first started was when he first did it, but every match now he also no sells a German suplex. He just takes it. Sometimes he rolls through it. Sometimes he just gets back up. But every match, he's got that spot too. Oh, we had the bites, of course. It's garbage. It's the worst shit. It all looks fake. It's a golf charity event to the max.
1987.
It's the worst. It's just the worst. That's it. I'm done on Mox.
And we had a great start to Dynamite. After that, we got the little.
That was
promo.
the pre-show. The Mox match was the pre-show. Did that go right into the Acclaimed?
We had that air video, but pretty much. Well, no. It was the Bunny, the Butcher, and the Blade talking with Jamie Hayter in the background.
That was good.
Where Britt
then a quick panned into the fight with White. That was Britt getting beat up.
We had a Jungle Boy promo in there somewhere too.
Was it somewhere in there too?
That was later.
Now, did you guys have technical difficulties with the Jungle Boy promo? Because I had no audio for it at all.
No.
Oh, that's funny. On my feed, there was no audio, which is why I texted you guys that was the best Jungle Boy promo ever.
Oh, I wasn't sure what you meant by that. I thought,
because I had no audio, so I don't know what he was saying.
I legit thought you were trolling.
No,
I didn't think you were serious anyway. So
I was like, no audio.
I was like, I don't think that's real.
It was the best.
It was the best. But they set up the Bunny versus Jamie Hayter for a match.
Yeah, man, I'll take it.
Oh, yeah,
because it's Jamie Hayter. It should be short and sweet. Should be a squash. Maybe some shenanigans keep it from being a squash, which would also be okay.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get some interference from Ruby or Saraya.
Yeah, I don't know where they're going.
I think they're gonna slow burn. Yeah,
I don't know where they're going with this. Too many plot threads that I don't think are just gonna go anywhere.
No, I like it, man. I kind of like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're gonna slow burn which side Ruby's really on, and either way, like whatever side she picks, unless they do some stupid like red herrings that are so over the top that it makes it ridiculous, which they've done before. Like she could stay and actually be loyal but not trusted. That'd be a cool story. She could secretly switch sides at the end, and that would still make sense and be a good story. Yeah. I don't know. It seems pretty basic, pretty wrestling 101, but I like everybody involved, and they're giving the women something interesting to do.
And I don't think they're gonna do what they've done in the past with storylines like, well, not so much like this, but I don't think they could just drop it at any point. No. Where I think TK said you don't think it's gonna go anywhere. It's gonna go somewhere.
Maybe.
And hopefully it goes somewhere good.
Flexo does get nearsighted sometimes and just focuses on the main sometimes. So you never know what might catch his attention. And then it's been 4 weeks since we've had a women's segment. And because he forgot what he was doing with them, we now have a 6-way match. And then he just that's what happens.
Well, I feel like we've been getting.
Hope not.
Yeah, I feel like we've been getting a little bit more women's segments as of late. Mostly with the Jade stuff.
And the direction, since the first couple of weeks of fumbling the Saraya debut, they've kind of had a focused direction with that whole thing, and Hayter winning the title, and things have kind of sorted themselves. Like they listened to the crowd. It looks like they're going with DMD and Hayter as the faces now, and I think that's the lane that they picked. And now they're going to tell that little story.
I really hope they keep Britt mouthy.
They need to. That promo was good. That was very reassuring. You're the face, but you're still gonna be Britt Baker.
Right. Yeah. You're still a dick.
Don't try to win the crowd over. Just be yourself.
Yes.
Totally. That's what we need. definitely what we need for it.
Yeah, that was good. I mean, I'm interested, which is something I don't say all the time after seeing a women's segment with AEW.
Here. That echoes, man.
So that's good. But also now that there's like they're capable of having a storyline with 6 women, all of whom I really like, which is something they haven't been able to do in the past. I really like, or at least, see potential in. So
Yeah. 6 women? Which 6?
Storm, Soraya, Ruby, DMD, Hater, and Sheeta in this one.
Yeah.
Those are the
Nice.
6 kind of involved in this one so far.
Well, I didn't know if you were involving Allie.
Oh, no, I mean, she's not really part of that storyline. She's her own thing.
She's kind of there for now.
She's the first substitute.
I'm still not sold on her like as an in-ring talent. I like her as a valet a lot since AEW started. And I think the Butcher, the Bunny, and the Blade have always had a great look.
I like
they
her
haven't
just
been
being
used the best, but they've always had a great look. Yeah, I like their look. And Butcher and Blade actually aren't bad either.
They've been very good and very useful to the company.
Yeah, definitely. We just need to get the Butcher and the Blade to get some actual wins and maybe do something more than just work in their meat shop.
Yeah, it's kind of. I mean,
tag team focus is in the right place right now, though. So it's like, how many tag team feuds do you focus on? So
they should just totally steal the Acolytes gimmick. The DOA.
Pick up a third person and go for the trios. That'd be a great trios gimmick.
They should just be the deal. Yeah, that's their mercenaries. They gamble. They hang out. They're muscle in the back.
Hire Eddie Kingston and make a great trios tag team.
Oh,
yeah, that could be fun.
Kingston on the mic with those 2.
Jericho leaves the JAS and joins the musician. Is it Butcher or Blade? Which one of them's in the band?
I don't know, but I don't like this anymore.
A band musician.
You don't like where we're going?
I liked the Kingston thing, but then we went to the join with Jericho thing, and I got my good vibes went to bad vibes. I don't like that, but I like the idea of them with Kingston.
I retract my Mox match.
Their problem is they're not necessarily the best on the mic.
Speaking of best on the mic,
but Kingston. Okay, best on the mic. Who are we talking about? We're talking about Fuego.
The next match was the Acclaimed versus 2 guys, right?
The Bootleg Beverly Brothers.
Oh yeah, that was pretty fun.
I like the look, but I missed the name.
The Triple B. They mocked the Scissors, and they got booed.
They did. That was pretty good, pretty fun. Then they got squashed. Everybody did their stuff, and the guns came out because that's the real purpose of the segment.
And the fun stuff happened.
Mm-hmm. More solid work from these guys.
Billy doing a whole promo without a mic in his hand and still like loud enough to pick up. I was like, this man is angry and I love it.
Yeah, and then getting angry at the mic, but still going like, geez. Billy Gunn, it's just like, man, missed opportunity, dude. Like, it took you forever, but you figured it all out. It just sucks that you didn't put it all together until your late 40s and 50s. Because like you're always missing that bit,
He might have been kept back though.
No, they tried to push him. MJF. They tried to push Billy Gunn a few times. They gave him so many tries. It just he didn't have the mic. He just didn't have like the presence. He didn't have it all. We loved him. I mean, but part of that was ironic. But like he didn't have the. Like, I mean, I
love him deeply, and that was not ironic.
He always, could do the tag stuff, but he could never be the guy who talks. And now he talks. That was a better promo. Not like it was the best promo in the world, but that was a better promo than any promo he cut in the Fed in the 2000s or the 90s.
Yeah. There was a video. He's just massive in size too. I remember the first time he walked by me at a show, I was like, "That's that man's thigh. This is the size of my chest."
Yeah,
this big man is 6'6". What is going on?
All those guys. It's so funny. Like just the Fed back then. Like you look at the height of some of the small guys, and it's like, Sean Waltman, you're like as tall as me. You're like 6'1", 6'2", and you look like a midget compared to all those guys. Or you look at Lonnie Papa, like you are a comedy jobber heel who also once beat Hulk Hogan. but you are a comedy jobber heel. But you look at him, and he would be like the third biggest guy in AEW because they were all jacked up on roids. Like he was huge. He's like 6'3" and huge, and it's really funny.
Yeah, I remember seeing a video about with Billy Gunn working the NXT stuff or like training,
Mhm.
like how he was so passionate, like angry at the people they were training, and it's like, had you been on the mic like that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, had you just been able to talk? I don't know if he wasn't able to talk like that though.
It was just it came off really stilted and fake, and it was very yelly.
Okay.
All of his promos were very yelly back then.
Yeah, he
Okay.
didn't get the mic time when they passed around the mic that often.
No, and you could tell why. And I mean, because
he got 2 words for it.
yeah, the way he would do because I've got 2 words for you, but that's about as far as he could go. That's
Like a little
what he could do.
forced.
Yeah, and that's how every time he talked, it sounded.
Yeah, but he's killing it.
He is. He's doing great.
Are we
We
getting
love
the
him.
turn? Do you think?
Eventually, I hope they don't
Hope
do
so.
it too soon.
And make a better story, so I hope so.
I mean, we got
Billy
the
is still,
title
like,
match next week.
heel
Right?
asshole Billy is still cool.
Yeah, I just think you got a good thing going right now, and it's not stale quite yet.
Yeah, I bet you they do another match at the whatever is 6 weeks from now.
That's it. Yeah, I think the Acclaim needs to win this one, but then
At the pay-per-view.
pay-per-view, or maybe even you skip a cycle and you do the pay-per-view after that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think they'll know in like a month if it's right or not.
For sure.
I mean,
Like,
because
but
they're
the
both
Acclaimed
over.
is so over right now. Why would you give that up?
And people love
We
the
don't get
Ass
tired of them.
Boys.
Yeah.
At least I think people love the Ass Boys. I don't read online.
I think that they appreciate them, and I think that the Ass Boys do get genuine heat. Like they earn it.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're doing their job.
Yeah,
They're
heat
great.
magnets.
I think Flexo likes the Ass Boys, and that's really what matters ultimately. So
I mean, they got us through the pandemic. I
yeah,
can
and
ask.
they're
Can't ask for more.
they're so far ahead of a lot of other guys. They
Yeah, and they're
get it
young.
on another level. They're young. Yeah.
Oh, Dad, just leave like you always did.
Ooh.
So that was good. That was
Yeah.
fun.
That was a lot of fun. And then we had the Jack Barry promo.
Okay, then it was the silent Jack Perry promo.
He said he pretty much said he's done.
I kind of tuned out. Wasn't interested.
Oh, he's done tagging with Hook, so they already cut that out. So
That
we'll
was
see
quick.
where he goes from there. Yeah. So who knows what's gonna happen? I'm thinking that wouldn't even make sense. Like Jack Perry versus Hook for the FTW championship.
Yeah,
Maybe
I don't know. I mean, you could.
He could.
that belt can go away. It can't just quietly go away. They should merge it with another belt. Merge it with the TNT title or something, just to get it out of the way.
It's Taz's. I don't think he's gonna just be like, yeah, I don't need this anymore.
I mean, merge it to get it out of the way. Taz will do whatever he want with it, but
I mean, it's not an official belt, so it doesn't really matter.
I mean, but it's still like taking up space on like pay-per-view shows and yada yada.
They never defend it. It really doesn't take a. I think the Ring of H title. Like you can take any Ring of H title. It's been defended more times than that
Than the
title has
FTW.
since like the week after he won it. I don't even know how many times he's defended it. Like once, twice. It hasn't
Against
been for a while.
the Trust Buster, I think.
Yeah,
To buy it. And that was about it.
yeah.
They haven't done
And-
anything with it since then.
That was the real reason Ricky Starks never used to wrestle.
Because
Yeah, I guess if you have that belt, you don't ever defend it.
fuck the world. I
Fuck
don't
the
have to defend anything.
world. But yeah, I mean they could get rid of it. To your point, I hear what you're saying. I don't think it gets in the way. It's an afterthought. You'd forget it even exists. He doesn't even come out holding it, does
And
he?
that's bad for a title.
Well, it's not an AEW title.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's
It's
literally
not
at this point,
recognized.
Taz owns it. It's his personal property for funsies, and he has it on his boy. Like it's literally just a toy that a dad passed down to his son at this point.
Yeah.
The inmates are running the asylum.
Yeah, sure, they are.
And Hook does. I really don't think he comes out with it anymore.
No,
Like you
I mean,
said.
I don't think he does.
He's just. They'll say, "Oh, the FTW champion," but it's not. like really pointed out. Like it's an afterthought.
Yeah.
So
Who has the All Atlantic title?
Orange Cassidy.
Orange Cassidy still?
uh
I feel like it's been a few weeks since we've seen him. So,
we saw him last week.
did we?
Yeah.
I barely remember Friday, man.
Oh, okay. We didn't pay attention to Rampage, and I didn't go back to watch it.
We watched Rampage.
Yeah, we had it on. But I digress. Orange Cassidy still rocks. Chucky T was in Lexington, Kentucky for
He does live down
Dynamite
there.
Rampage.
Did we
And
go into the take a shit match after this?
take a shit did happen against Brian Cage.
Against Brian
And
Cage.
let's go Takashita versus the Animal prototype John Cena, Brian Cage.
How is that a thing? Like, Brian Cage didn't exist for so long. He gets his contract extended, still doesn't do anything, and now we're seeing more of him after he won a trios title.
I think it's
But
just
he's
because they
not
need big
doing
big
trios
people who can
matches.
move. It's big guy who can move. Big guy look good, move.
There's
It's
no
like
reason to have him on TV, though.
They do like the same thing with Lance Archer. He disappears forever, and then he comes back, loses to a bunch of people that they're trying to push, and then he goes away again.
Lance Archer's in New Japan.
It's just something that I mean. Then maybe that's why Brian Cage is here, because they don't have access to Lance Archer to be a big guy to get beaten a bunch. Maybe,
is he
maybe
gone?
That's why.
You could
We
just
just
use
said
the
he's in New
Butcher.
Japan.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, he needs to come back so we can get Jake on the mic.
Yeah, I don't think that's happening anymore.
I don't think Jake will be back.
This was an okay match. It was a mix up of styles, and I was here for it. I actually didn't see the ending though. I came back from running to the bathroom. So
was terrible.
Really?
But the suspended delayed German suplex that Takeshita gave to Cage was really impressive looking. And I still like Takeshita. It wasn't terrible because of him, but they didn't have anybody in there that knows how to call a wrestling match. Like Takeshita doesn't know how, Cage doesn't know how. So it was just a spot fest, and it was nonsense. And it was just moves. It wasn't for me. It was a Brian Cage was clearly calling the match, and he doesn't.
Yeah,
he doesn't get it.
Big moves.
Takeshi's involvement with Bryan Danielson is more exciting than the match was. So.
Yeah. That later in the show was really cool. Now, I'm not taking a shit on Take a Shit, but I am taking a shit on Brian Cage.
Yeah, as is tradition.
Uh-huh.
And I was kind of going towards that. Like, why is he here? Like, he didn't do anything for me with Team Taz, and I didn't think I'd get anything from him now.
Mm-mm.
And he's back, and it's like, okay.
Well, he was what? He was MJF's muscle, and so it's like MJF and Brian Cage take a shit, and Bryan Danielson. So
well, he was the paid muscle for this.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's still muscle. So, but it's like, so I get it. Next week we're probably going to get a tag team match between, 2 weeks from now it's going to be MJF and one of the guys he's been paying. It's not Brian Cage. It's the guy that he paid later in the show.
Roosh.
Yeah, forgot who it was.
Yeah, I think
it was a good segment.
We're getting singles matches for Brian every week. That's all they're doing with him until the pay-per-view. That's his story.
So, it is so beautiful. I mean, they might mix it up and give us a tag team.
That's true. They could.
Like, you've earned it, but now you got to do a tag team. Blah blah blah. Get a partner, and he's going to be like, I picked Takeshita.
Yeah, that's. And
they're going to have an awesome tag match, and beat MJ. Whatever, pin the guy that MJF is tagging with or something. Yada yada. That is literally like the wrestling shtick that happens. So
that's true. That would be the stage before the last boss. You got to do the handicap match or the tag match or absolutely. Mortal Kombat 1 rules.
Oh,
but so anyway, did you like that match there? You're saying no, pretty much jet ski, all Brian Cage poo poo.
Yeah, I like Takeshita, but I've been liking him for a while. I don't care about Brian Cage. No. Like, I don't want to see him on my Dynamite. And that just turns me off a little bit, or a lot of it.
Speaking of turn you off, we got 3 minutes left.
Okay.
Ooh,
Matt, who's our
minutes.
sponsor this week, Matt, for the Patreon listeners? Do we have anybody important, or do you just did you get one out of the bottom of the barrel this time?
We don't have any sponsors this week, actually. I guess there was a misunderstanding with a line read in a previous episode, so all of our sponsors have fled. I blame whoever read the ad read. But I'm hitting the phones this week, and we're gonna find a new one. We're gonna find a new, like, we might find a wrestling school, for example. Like, I don't know, a Crazy Jay's Crazy Wrestling School, and he might be like, hey, I'm Crazy Jay, and Brian Cage, I'm talking to you. You need to get your ass to wrestling school. And I'm not talking about learning the moves. I'm talking about learning the basics. Fuck, you got a VHS player? Because I got a mountain of tapes you can check out. Even just watching this shit might teach you how to do it. I got a video game to play. Wait, no, don't play the video game. Don't play the video game, because clearly that's all you do, motherfucker. I'm surprised you didn't just out in the middle of the goddamn match and start taunting so you could do all your specials. Maybe you used to do that, but you stopped and realized you can just do your special whenever you want. Hey, I got a buckle bomb for you. When you gonna break somebody's neck doing that, Brian? Because every time I see you do that motherfucking move, you care less and less. Takeshida's made of rubber, and it's a good goddamn thing, because if he wasn't, he'd be in the hospital. He'd be taking a shit, but he wouldn't know when he was taking a shit, because he couldn't feel anything from that neck you buckle bombed all the way down to his Japanese feet. You piece of shit, Brian Cage. Go to wrestling school. Crazy Jay's wrestling school, so you can learn to not be a piece of shit like Brian Cage. Woo!
Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad. I don't like that guy.
No.
No, man. He's look like Giga Chad, wrestle like nerd.
Giga Chad
Yeah.
wrestle like
Look
nerd.
like John Cena prototype. Wrestle like not John Cena prototype.
Yeah. Like, even when John Cena was bad, he was better than this. John Cena was never as bad as Brian Cage.
Yeah, agreed.
Brian Cage actually has
Well,
the distinction of being one of the only people.
Maybe in the Marine, the movie, but
That's fine. Brian Cage would have been worse, I guarantee you.
the movie's pretty bad.
He would have been worse, though. He would have been worse. But
Look at Flexo.
All right, let's go to the next one.
Fine. Let's go to the next one. Ugh.
1, 2, 3.
And we're back to talk about how great the Jericho Appreciation Society is.
Wait, is that why we're here?
I
All right,
think
I'm
I
leaving.
think that's the only reason why
Bye.
AEW exists at this point. It has nothing
us?
to do.
It exists for us.
Yes, in jazz.
Nice.
In jazz.
That's one of our 12 listeners is Flexo, as we've
Cool
already
Hand
established.
Engine, Matt Menard. Oh yeah, they were the best part of this interview.
Yeah, this wasn't terrible. They were pretty funny.
I think it's kind of interesting what they're gonna do too.
The Eliminator Gauntlet match.
Yeah, for Ricky.
Going through them two and then hitting either Sammy or Garcia.
Yeah.
It'll probably end up being both.
Are going to occur.
Yeah, it'll probably end up being both through shenanigans, or one and then the other is a shenanigan.
Yeah. And it'll just be fun. But Ricky Starks will get through it all. And then we'll just get him pushed even
just
further.
For a chance at Jericho.
Jericho's gonna win.
Yeah.
I mean, no, but for real, he's gonna win. He's gonna beat Ricky Starks.
I would assume so. We never know. Jericho doesn't mind jabbing to a young champion, so
he doesn't, but at the same time, he does. Like, he likes jobbing on his own terms, and I'm not going to get into Jericho's headspace. I love the guy, but
I get you.
That's who he is. But I don't know. It'd be crazy if Ricky. I assume Ricky will win, but also Jericho's totally going to win.
I think
he already lost to Jericho. Like, this whole thing started with Ricky beating Jericho. Now that Ricky's beaten Jericho, he has to run a gauntlet so that he can fight Chris Jericho, because I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know. But that's why I kind of think, I don't know, will Jericho lose to Ricky twice? Or is there going to be a third where maybe Jericho puts him over, but he puts him over in such a way where it's like,
Are we gonna have Fat Jericho make a reemergence over the next couple of weeks? Because that'll determine if he wins or loses. Fat Jericho isn't gonna lose because he doesn't want to get in shape.
what if I become extremely fucking fat? Yeah, he's I hope Fat Jericho. I don't want it back because that was miserable. He actually has been putting on, or had been putting on some decent matches. I don't want Fat Jericho back.
Like being able to do the lion salt again is pretty key.
It is, without hurting himself or someone else.
Yeah.
You know.
Then we had
but the Judas elbow, the fatter he is, the better that move works, the more effective it is, because it's his fat guy elbow. Like that's
he looks like Dusty Rhodes when he does it. It's great.
Come here, baby, take my elbow.
Like when you see the opponent squint and you haven't even finished like a fourth of a rotation yet.
Oh, it's fantastic. All right, I do want Fat Jericho back. I like that'd be fun. All right, keep going. Enough about Jericho's flabby belly.
Oh, we had this little elite promo
That was fun too.
on a basketball court.
Yeah.
Shut up, Brandon.
You don't talk to him like that, which was surprising to me because they've been fueling on Dark a little bit of Brandon joining their group.
I hope Brandon betrays them one day. That'll be his ultimate face turn.
Because they had, like, I think they did team up with him on Dark. Like Ethan Page and Matt Hardy did.
Yeah.
For a match. So it's kind of been building that the whole time.
Dark is almost like a house show. It's not canon.
Yeah. But it is. Actually, it is canon.
I mean, it is. But so just like house shows are, like if a title exchanges hands on a house show, it counts. But,
yeah.
You know.
And it changes back the next day. Nobody cares.
I just mean nobody watches. You know.
Yeah.
Like
No, but this, I think they are building something. I don't know what though. Because Private Party still missing what's his face?
And I saw Kenny's visa issue got fixed, so yay. I guess
Well, he was there. He was there last night, I believe.
Yeah, yes, that's what I mean. I'm saying, like,
Yeah.
I hadn't read anything ahead. Like, oh, good, his visa issue got fixed, is what I meant.
Oh, okay. But yeah, it was a good promo. It was a lot of fun. They're doing something more with the trios title than what they had going on with the.
I mean, they have nothing
S7,
going on.
that's for
The
sure.
Bucks had tag team matches for weeks, so nothing's been going on. I mean, I'm glad Death Triangle's getting a break.
They only had
rest.
We just had the one tag match.
They only had the one.
I thought it was 2 weeks of you liking Bucks matches.
No, there's just the one Bucks match.
Oh, felt like 2 weeks. See, the January was so long and short at the same time. Quantum January.
And this month's about to be a lot shorter.
Starring Captain Archer.
It's been a long road.
I've got faith in the heart. There's something battle. Oh, baby.
Listen to your heart. So, Bryan Danielson versus Timothy Thatcher was next.
I was just about to go there.
Oh, we're going
you.
there.
I've got Timothy
Go for
Thatcher.
Go for it, TJ.
Yeah, man. Lead us to the promised Thatcher.
Oh man, this match is a blank slate in my head. I don't know nothing. So
you didn't
it was
watch
a good. I did. Dynamite was good, and I watched the whole thing, but I couldn't tell you a single awesome thing that happened. This was a good match. I mean, I've seen Timothy Thatcher on TV and stuff before, but it was good. I knew it was going to end with Bryan getting some form of Bryan beatdown or trying to, overcome the odds. And I like where it went with the segment at the end with Take a Shit and, Bryan forming like their bonded pair of storylines, so to speak.
I mean, I had no idea who Thatcher was, and the online pundits were all excited, like, "Oh, Timothy Thatcher, this technician, he's great." I'm like, okay, prove it, and I think he did, actually.
Yeah, solid work. Especially with, I mean, it's hard to fuck up a match with Brian if you're also called good. So
Yeah.
You know who did fuck up a match with Brian Danielson last week was Brian Cage.
yeah, but I just said if you're also called good, nobody calls Brian Cage good.
I'm sure there's someone out there.
Yeah, well, all 13 of our listeners probably aren't one of them.
And if they are, they don't listen to us anymore after that commercial
Nope.
break.
Woo. We went from 13 to 12.
But let's
Just that
let's face
little
it, if
bit.
they made it an hour in to hear that Patreon exclusive commercial break, they're here for the long haul.
Damn right. Oh, if they subscribe to our Patreon, God bless you. You're feeding my family.
I mean, if
Thank
they
you.
do subscribe to our Patreon, I want to know how and where it
yeah, me
actually
too.
exists.
I may have launched it and not told you guys about it.
Oh, word up.
I thought that was the OnlyFans.
How do you know? I didn't tell you guys about that.
Oh, I stumbled across it online.
Oh, that's hot. We'll talk later.
Wait, which
But,
OnlyFans? Because I thought
It's,
I started one.
Mr.
I
G's
mean-
Brian Cage fan club.
yeah, I got my hair in a mohawk and it's like, oh yeah.
Yeah,
It's the Mox
he gets
Cage
roided up for the season,
club.
takes pictures in front of the tree, and
How
Boom.
about you and I do a superplex and get right back up, baby?
It's the Mox Cage OnlyFans.
Oh, the Mox Cage. You better make sure you're working with people who are clean because there's gonna be a lot of blood, and that's not hygienic. I don't know, that's counting me out.
this led into that Timothy Thatcher Brian led into the Takeshka and then the MJF and Roosh segment, right?
It did, but I didn't get to talk about Maggie Thatcher's grandson, so I'm going to talk about him. I like him. I hadn't seen him before. Was he on like NXT back in the Dizzy there, TK?
I don't. My brain's fuzzy right now without typing it in and looking it up. He's been around for a little bit. I think he was for a little bit, but I'm not sure.
He was
Well,
in Noah.
Yeah, I've never seen pro wrestling.
I don't know Noah, so
It's Japanese.
okay.
That's where Kenny spent a lot of time in.
Yeah, I think I said this last week. That's why it's in my head. Yeah, he was in NXT for a little bit, but other than that, mostly overseas. And
He was fun. He was certainly a character. His facials were a little goofy, but like appropriately so. He just seemed like a big goofball. He'd be fun to have around. You can kind of see who he is. He's like a Killer Kowalski looking motherfucker.
yeah, I think that's
you
what he's
know.
always going for. And that's what he reminds me of. So
Yeah. He was fun, and it was a good match, told a good story. God bless Daniel Bryan Danielson. Speaking of which, was that I think it was Danhausen. I saw something where he calls him Daniel Bryan Danielson.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's
He
trash.
absolutely does.
That's
No,
our
it's
shit.
good.
Danhausen listens to our podcast, confirmed.
DB. Well, and we've always said DBD, so I don't know if he even, but
But
Every
You
time
know
you
what-
guys say
you know what we
DVD, I
mean
have to
when we
think in
say
my head who it
DVD.
is because I
Daniel
think you're
Bryan
talking about
Danielson.
Britt Baker.
because
Yeah, I
not
always-
DMD is DBD.
But I always have to think in my head anyway, so I
D.
wish you would say it. Wish you would
Of
say
course.
Brian. I'm like Dr. MD Britt Baker. No, we're not talking about her. We're talking about Brian Danielson with another name. Okay.
Yes, so we had the Roosh MJF promo.
Oh, and then the one woman segment of the show.
Didn't MJF come out during that match or towards the end?
Oh, yes, he came out because the ref took a bump. The ref bump
Yeah.
in the corner. So he came out to take advantage, which was fun and heelish. And then, Takeshita in a hoodie popped up and said, "Fuck no, you're not." And they
That was
brawled to the
really
back.
cool.
That was cool.
It's something you don't ever. I don't think I've really seen where like the heel actually gets got before they can get to the ring.
Yeah.
Like, and Takeshita has been pushing like they've been pushing him towards MJF, like
Well,
to
they had
fight him.
2 weeks ago. Yeah, MJF tried to pay him off to beat Brian DBD.
Yeah,
Brian DBD. But yeah, and then they delivered the promo and Takeshita, talked back.
kiss my ass.
There you go. Yeah, that was great.
And that
That was
actually
great.
that melds into the Roosh promo too.
Does. Yes.
But do you want to keep talking about this match and the
No,
fallout
we're done with this
yet?
one.
Okay.
Talk about the Roosh one.
We'll
Tell
talk
us
about the
about it.
Roosh promo where MJF comes in there and then Roosh says a bunch of shit. And then he's just like, okay, or something like that. He's like, it's a lot of words for just those two things that you said.
Yeah, he was just like, yeah, I'll beat him. I'll take your money, and then I'm gonna beat you, or something to that effect.
Yeah, but it was just like, I accept. It's a lot of words for I accept. And I feel, I don't know if that's going to be a thing, but if it is, it's pretty clever. They're going to do that with the foreign language towards MJF because MJF doesn't understand it.
Yeah, I think it was a one-off for that little promo, but it was really good and it was really fun. MJF knows what's up.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was good. MJF got to make his little jabs, but Roosh didn't look like a stupid foreigner or anything.
And my wife was trying to translate it while it was going on. Because she speaks Spanish or Espanol. I don't know. She understands it a lot better than I do and can actually speak it. So it's kind of nice when the promos like that are on, when they don't subtitle it for me.
For sure.
Yeah. Man, we're just breezing through this episode of Dynamite.
Easy breezy. The only problem is this is too close to format. Just because we're out of January, we're not going to be like those losers that quit on their New Year's resolutions as soon as February rolls around. We'll be losers for other reasons. This is not one of them. We got to be loosey-goosey, gentlemen. So, you guys, top 5 SNES RPGs, go.
What do I start with, number 5 or number 4?
You just got to give me a list.
A list?
Yep, top 5. We're not.
Well, we all know the number 1.
Yeah, number 1, Final Fantasy 6.
Final Fantasy 3, the Super Nintendo Entertainment System.
Yeah, that's true. That is the name of the game. That was the question.
My number 2 was probably Breath of Fire 2.
Oh, fuck off!
I know.
No way.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Over Chrono Trigger. Breath of Fire 2 is better than Chrono Trigger. Get the fuck out. Go away.
I'm just playing Breath of Fire 2 now. So that's the top of my mind.
Listen, if you put it at 3, I don't think I'd say fuck you, but it's not better than Chrono Trigger. It's not better than Chrono Trigger.
Chrono Trigger's number 2.
I don't even think I have a list.
What?
Okay, correction. Chrono Trigger is number 2.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, I have a cross stitch of the campfire scene in my kitchen that my wife has not asked to be taken down. So
that's good that you haven't been to jail for spousal abuse. Then that tracks.
Yeah, I know.
That we know of.
Well, if she takes that down, I'd be a character witness. I'd say, Your Honor, did he kill her? Then he's a saint because that's what she deserved.
2 black eyes.
Well, she's gonna hear that.
It's with the Kefka.
Love you, Brett.
It's with the Kefka cross stitch. Like,
yeah, those are very nice things that your mom made for you.
Yeah, and yeah, they're in the dining room.
All right, so Breath of Fire 2 is your shitty number 3 choice.
That'd be number 3. Number 4. Are we doing just SNES or Super Famicom?
We're doing just SNES.
Just SNES.
Yep, just SNES.
Trying to think ones I've gone back to. Fuck, do I have a number 4? Probably Final Fantasy 2. It'd have to be Final Fantasy 2. Oh, no. Wrong. Number 4 is Super Mario RPG.
And then number 5 is Final Fantasy 2?
That'd be Final Fantasy 2.
Okay, right on.
Yeah, I think that's
list.
my top 5.
I mean, I've played like I never played them growing up, so but I played some of the Final Fantasies. What 3, 4, 5, 6? Some of those are on SNES, right?
Yeah.
I know they have like weird and different names, so I get them confused sometimes.
Well, we can't count 5 because it didn't come out here. That's a shame.
That would be in my top.
I mean, those are the only those are the
Yeah.
ones I played. I used to not my SNES was like the few wrestling games, Mario All Stars, and Donkey Kong. So that was about it.
If we could do Famicom, I would have Seiken Densetsu 3 probably. I would definitely have Final Fantasy 5.
Good.
I would definitely have Dragon Quest 5, but we can't count those. Yeah, that's a great one. As it stands, yeah, it's Final Fantasy 3, Chrono Trigger. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna get spiced. Final Fantasy 3, Secret of Mana.
I was gonna say I knew Secret of Mana was gonna be on there for you.
Chrono Trigger's a better game. I like Secret of Mana more. And then we're gonna go with Final Fantasy 2, and then probably Earthbound.
Earthbound? Nice.
Yeah.
I never beat it, so I can't. Like that's when I played. I got to the part where you got Poe in the party.
Pooh.
Pooh?
Yeah, I think his name's Pooh, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know. That's as far as I got. And then like I don't know what it was.
He's Take a Shit's father, actually.
He Take a Shit's pretty old.
Well, Take a Shit's not. Take a Shit's like 22.
He's been wrestling for like 10 years though.
Really?
Yeah.
Am I making up he's 22? He looks
he like his mom's a wrestler and he's legit been wrestling since he was like 5.
Yeah,
okay.
He's been wrestling forever.
So he's 15.
Yeah.
He's 27.
Takeshita. Okay. He's 27.
Yeah, he started wrestling at a young age.
I mean, he's 27, so he was born the year Earthbound came out because we're old. So
damn, he was Pooh's kid.
He could be Pooh's kid. Yeah.
Like it happened.
Could have been a teenage pregnancy. I don't know.
Well, who knows?
The final stage is like a giant uterus, so maybe Pooh got Gigas or whatever.
I mean, it's an alien invasion, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
it's a weird alien transdimensional psychic invasion.
Yeah. Never beat it. That's as far as I got.
Well, that was our top 5 SNES RPGs. Yeah, there was a lot of them on that one.
Donkey Kong 3.
Donkey Kong Country 3. I never beat that one. I didn't like the baby.
Oh, yeah, Baby Kong.
The second one of those 3 is my favorite, but
second one's the best one.
Yeah.
Third one might be good. I had a bias towards it, and I think I came back to it way later and just never could get into it.
Yeah, Britt's been playing them.
Donkey Kong Country
with the level. Yeah, the other day.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Or when TK was visiting, he helped her with a level. That was fun.
I actually don't even like 2 anymore.
No?
No, last time I tried to play it, it's just the hit detection because of that 2.5D style. It's not as tight as those other platformers. It's not as crisp.
I'm just playing Breath of Fire 2 again. And I'm having fun. I unlocked all the characters at this point, so
you're like, I'm just having fun. Do you think Darby Allin had fun in his match with Samoa Joe? He got his ass beat up.
I don't think we're there yet.
Did I skip a match?
Yeah, you skipped the Jade segment.
Oh yeah, that's because I skipped the Jade segment.
Yeah, I kind of fast forwarded through a lot of that match too.
I mean, I knew who was going to win, and I don't know.
Yeah, Jade, it's just she gets in position. So like Velvet starts the run before she even hits the ropes. Like Jade's getting set for the next spot. It's just she's still not. I don't know. She's still just really green for me. She looks like $1 million. They're doing the right thing, pushing her, and she's just started, and she's already on TV. So it's not even a real criticism of her. Given her experience, she's doing just fine. that's it too. Like she doesn't need to be out there she doesn't need to be in competitive matches, and this was a competitive match. She hasn't had too many of those, and it's I don't know if she's ready for that. Like even when she loses the title, I mean, it either needs to be a short competitive match or it needs to be she's winning the whole thing and then gets screwed out of it or something. Because her offense is fine.
Yeah.
But
How do you take it off her cleanly? It's like you backed yourself into a corner.
Her offense is fine, but her selling's still not all the way there and just all that stuff. But wasn't a train wreck or anything. Seen worse.
It's still building up to something. Not sure what that is. Because I
Maybe
don't think
maybe a
Kira Hogan-
multi-woman match to actually like give her an out for losing the title. Like she gets her ass beat and somebody else gets pinned. Like it's a cop out, but it's a way to do it. AEW doesn't actually use that very often.
I think at this point you got the 50-0. It'd be a missed opportunity to not give somebody the rub of beating her.
Before or at it?
No, to break the streak. Like to have her lose the streak by not even getting pinned would just be a real missed opportunity. Like you find, even if it's just Statlander, because you got nobody else, giving somebody a rub by having them be the one to end the streak clean.
Yeah, but she's 49-0, right?
She's 50-0 now.
50-0.
That was to get the
Our,
50th
okay.
win.
I didn't know
Yeah.
it was the 50th. I thought
That
it
was
49.
for the 50th.
Well, maybe they're going for the Goldberg, so she's gonna have the title another year and a half.
Maybe.
Maybe.
I mean, there's no reason to beat her until you find somebody worth beating her. No reason to waste it because you got a special opportunity.
I mean, you really got to think the person who beats her has to carry that title.
Mm-hmm.
It has to like push it up more than what Jade's doing right now, which I don't see anyone doing it on the roster who could at this moment, like with any feud that she could be involved with, because the women's division right now, it's weak for the TBS title.
Yeah, her half of the women's division has just been
the bottom half is weak.
Yeah.
It's
and that's what it is.
There's no way to sugarcoat it. It's the bottom half.
Yeah. And that's fine. They're getting TV time.
I mean, they're literally the baddies. It's the B team. It is the B team.
It was a nice little moment though when she got her daughter.
Yeah, that was
like
nice.
that was cute. Her little girl was crying.
It makes it that much more incredible with her body. Like you had a child. You had a child and you look like that. And wow, that's
wow.
And I look like Otis.
She is. I wish you looked like Otis. That'd
Me
be
too.
so cool. That'd be so cool.
I would come over just to do cannonballs.
That'd be, yeah, I would demand it. I wouldn't let you leave. I'd be like, we're finishing my basement. If it ever doesn't work out at the Porn Palace, come live here.
Are you really finishing out your basement?
Eventually, yeah.
Nice.
That's on the project list. We
Nice.
want to do that.
Same with Secret of Mana in the SNES for the past X amount of decades.
It's still there. Yeah, it's still in the SNES.
We beat it.
Finished. Did you?
Oh yeah, we beat it.
Finished it.
Oh,
we finished it like 2 years ago.
Nice.
Yeah, I think I finished it before I got married.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You haven't had time to do anything since you've been married. That's just life now.
Yeah.
That's just the way it goes. I know.
It's just the way it is.
And
it'll never change. But yeah, we had that. That was nice. Then we had a Britt Baker interview.
Britt Baker, DMD. This was good too. The little thing with Ruby.
Yup.
Yeah, this was good too.
Oh,
it was good. I like it.
And we're at now. It's time for the main event. TNT Championship match. Darby Allin, Samoa Joe. Let's fucking go.
I did expect this one to end this way, and I'm pleasantly happy it did.
I did not. I did not think they were going to take the title off Darby under a month.
I was a little surprised, but I definitely thought it could happen. I was pretty 50-50 on who was winning this one.
I felt NFL commentator-ish whenever they said, "Oh yeah, anyone who exposes the ring, usually he's the one who takes the brunt of the damage from it." I'm like, okay, Mister. Oh, this guy's had 58 throws without an interception, and then there's a pick like right after.
It's the Kevin Owens syndrome. He who sets it gets it.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
the wrestling rules. That's just the way it goes. It's just the way it goes.
The thumbtack jacket.
You know,
is pretty cool.
You need a wrestling character that's like David Arquette in Scream, where he knows all the rules to the horror movie. Oh wait, David Arquette and Oh no, you don't. I take that back. No, you don't need that. You don't need that. Okay. Anyways,
David Arquette in wrestling.
TNT titles, and David Arquette, he had the ultimate TNT title at one point. This was good. And it was violent, and it was stepped on by the mock shit earlier because they got better looking blood in this match for more reasonable stuff that you'd expect blood from. And they went outside and fought. And you know what? They did more than walk and brawl like Mox did earlier. Darby took a crazy
Darby
bump.
died
What do you got?
7 times.
Was it when he got tossed over the barricade?
He hit the ring steps and then hurt himself and thunk.
He did that, and then when Joe flipped him over the railing onto the concrete steps.
Yes.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, just with the way the shot was lined up, you didn't see a lot of the impact, but you still saw enough.
Even the end spot after the ring was torn up, Joe did the move on Darby, but took a majority of that bump. And Joe, you could see it in his face. He was like, "Oh fuck, I gotta pin him."
Yeah.
Well, that was when you're talking about the throw over the railing on the stairs.
Yeah.
We were watching that, and it was like he hit his head.
It sure looked like
it looked like he hit his head, but they showed the replay, and it's like, oh no, he's okay. Like it was his shoulder, I think, that got the brunt of it. That guy,
yeah,
he's gonna fucking kill himself.
I'm thinking that's maybe also why he dropped it. TK was just like Flexo was just like, we're gonna give you the belt, you're gonna wrestle every week and kill yourself, then we'll let you drop the title and you don't have to wrestle for a month or two. Because I don't know how he does it. I just don't. God bless Darby Allin.
They even hammed that up in the match. Like Taz was like, he's done this. He was in New Japan last week. Like he's done so much. He's a machine.
I mean, it's true. It's not even hamming it up.
Maybe he's taken 4 days off. I mean, a week off. I mean, a month off.
I don't know. Take as much time as you need to.
But the positive is more Samoa Joe. So whoever he goes into a feud next with, which will probably be the one who came out, right? What's his face?
It'll be Wardlow.
Yeah.
The whole dealio with the thumbtack jacket was really cool. I haven't seen that before.
Yeah, that was cool.
Shame he couldn't get it back on for the coffee drop there at the end.
I was a little bummed about that, but
he did have the wherewithal to give up and just.
I was surprised
at some point, which was good.
I was surprised it came off so easy in the beginning.
Yeah, that was all cool. That was cool. The way it was laid out was cool. Joe having to take it out was cool. It coming back into play was cool. That was a cool match, man. Like you see hardcore, I don't know, like even for people who like hardcore matches, like you see that and you see a handful of matches like that where it's hardcore, but it's also laid out and the guys participating actually can take these bumps and then actually sell it. And like you can, I hope, see why I loathe so many of these other trash hardcore matches where it's just a video game, where they're just getting as many goofy looking spots in as they can at full speed, like the Bucks trios final 3 matches. Like compare that to this, where this stuff looks like it hurt more. Maybe it didn't even hurt as much, but you see things you haven't seen. Everything is momentous and they let it hang and it works towards a sensible conclusion. And then at the end, both guys are dead. Like, yeah, this is so much better.
Well, right. This is how it should happen.
You even got the Joe will fucking kill you, or Joe's gonna go. What's the chant? You got all that. Yeah, and Joe heard it, and you could see him like,
yeah,
yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Really good.
Right. I am gonna kill them.
Short but memorable title reign from Darby Allin.
Oh yeah,
I mean, they're just stacking them. You know, it's okay to stack their early reigns. So in 5 years, when you're like, he's a 9-time title holder, sounds cooler than 3-time.
Well,
right.
You can't even take it away too, where it's like you didn't have it that long, but he defended it every week
That's just
during
it,
that
yeah.
title reign. So it's not, oh yeah, he just lost. He only had it for 22 weeks or 22 days. Like, no, but he fought week after week after week and put his body out there, put his body on the line, and was able to just even win when it was bad. And he had to do even more to try to beat Joe.
He defended his title as many times in a month as like a Roman Reigns does in 4.
Yeah.
As MJF will wrestle this year.
Yeah, as MJF will do in 4.
Yeah.
You know,
and that's fine.
It is. That's kind
MJF
of
doesn't need to fight.
It's a TV title. It's supposed to be on TV.
Yeah.
I do think him going every week is a bit much, but you know, it was entertaining. I'm not going to complain too much.
I was feeling that way with the All Atlantic title too. When OC was putting it up every week, it's like, give it a break.
We don't need both titles doing this, guys. Feuds are okay.
Make me miss you. Give me a feud.
And I think they're doing that now with the All Atlantic, maybe. Because I didn't see any best friends this week. And no word of them on Rampage, so this week's a wash. Like, it didn't exist for me. No OC or best friends or Danhausen. It's fine.
We didn't have time for them because we got the return of John Wardlow.
It was a good Dynamite.
He's back
with Wardlow. Was kind of nice.
He did not get the pop they were expecting, though.
No,
I don't think.
He did not.
I don't think so either.
The crowd was pretty dead for him. I don't know if I would have brought him out right there. I think you kind of let Joe's victory and you let that match breathe. And maybe you bring him out next week or something when Joe's talking trash. I don't know.
I knew something was going to come up, but his music was different, wasn't it?
It started different, but then it went to the "This is war" and went back to the thing that they always do. So
I think that took away from it a little bit because I think for me I was confused when I first heard the music.
Now that we see his short hair, we can see that his head has a weird shape too. Like it's unfortunately shaped.
Oh yeah.
Kinda, yeah. I don't know. I will get used to it, I'm sure. But yeah, John Wardlow came back and scared off Samoa Joe, and Dayton didn't care.
And they beat up all the security, and nobody cared.
They did that again. Yeah, that's his gimmick. What's his power? To beat up lots of security guards? No, his power is when he shows up, AEW security actually comes out. They don't exist unless he's out there.
If it weren't for him, there'd be no AEW security.
Yeah, none. They're sleeping during the rest of the show, and you know.
Oh shit! Let's go.
Cody Rhodes.
Oh, Cody Rhodes. That was a great segue into what we're going to talk about next. We're swimming, boys. We're dipping in the brackish waters of WWE. And you know what?
Oh.
WWE should advertise with us, don't you think?
I think they do have one. Don't you have one ready?
I don't have one ready because they don't advertise with us. But after I get done making my phone calls this week, maybe they will. Maybe they will.
Ooh.
I am going to sell them on the idea. Like if I advertise for them, I could say something like, hey guys, you hear us talk about AEW a lot on our podcast. YSATS X AEW. But have you heard of this other little promotion called the WWE? WWE stands for World Wrestling Entertainment because it's not just wrestling. It's entertainment, sports entertainment. And it doesn't have wrestlers. It has sports entertainers. And this is something you can actually put your kids in front of the TV and watch. It's rated PG, which means the whole family can see it. You don't have to worry about these jokers like John Moxley spreading hepatitis through your TV screen. No, because no one bleeds on WWE. You don't need it. With hard-hitting action, you wouldn't believe that there even could be blood. Because when Roman Reigns Superman punches you, all of your blood goes to the back of your head. How's it going to come out of the front of your face when it's slammed in the back of your skull? Courtesy of the head of the table's big Samoan fist. Think about it while you watch World Wrestling Entertainment, or WWE, available on Peacock, which is available to all Comcast subscribers for no additional fee. Call your local Comcast dealer today to buy Roman Reigns.
For
That's it.
one
That's the
Samoan
commercial.
fist.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
Should
it,
we
Phil.
start?
That's it, Phil.
Cut everything after this, Phil. No Patreon
there
tier.
was 2 accident.
1, 2, 3.
And then I said,
we're back. Did you guys hear about this thing called the Royal Rumble?
the greatest Royal Rumble that Braun Strowman won? Of course, he got a green title belt for it. 50
Yeah, I
men.
heard about that. Have you seen the belt since then?
Yeah.
Yes.
He
It's
fed
in
me
Saudi
more
Arabia.
to Ryback.
He wasn't allowed to take it out of the country.
Really? Is that true?
He would have been executed. It stays in Saudi Arabia. Yes.
Why haven't we seen it since?
Because it's in the king's palace.
Oh, okay. I guess that makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah,
Right.
well, that's the way it goes. You want to say that to the king? I
So
didn't
Royal
think
Rumble,
so.
boys, we're talking WWE as our promo from Matt to end the last segment segued us in.
That wasn't me.
This was a good Rumble.
Yeah, man, we had fun. We loved the Royal Rumble.
Albeit a little bit predictable on winners, but still really, really good.
You wanted predictable in this case, unless you were going to do the whole surprise Sami Zayn thing. You wanted predictable,
which keeping him out was probably the best.
Oh
that
Jesus, yeah.
Oh
Yeah, they would have gotten. Yeah.
Nobody. I didn't expect him to be in the Rumble.
I mean, I expected 90 people in the Rumble. So,
well, the way the storyline's been played out, it made no sense for Sami to actually be in the Rumble.
Yes, until the show is over. Like,
yeah,
we would have had no reason to even want to be in it.
You know, the Bloodline segment we got was pretty good on its own.
Yeah,
very good.
Surprising to start with the men's Rumble.
Yeah.
Good decision though. Also, like in hindsight, because you had to do that Bloodline promo at the end last. Like you had to go home with that. So if you weren't going to end with the men's Rumble, starting with it was the next best thing.
Yeah,
like it was a pleasant surprise.
Definitely.
A lot of things in that match were a pleasant surprise.
Fucking Gunther
was awesome.
Lasting 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 40 seconds.
Good for him. That's a nice seal of approval for a guy who's really good.
It's almost like getting the rub, saying like, "Hey, man, show me you can do this, and you're probably going to get the win in a couple of years."
And that's just it. It's propelling him towards the main event.
Yeah, but he eliminated Drew. He eliminated Sheamus. He eliminated a lot of people. Yeah,
I don't know what Imperium is really doing because I don't watch the product. But if like Gunther is free to do other things, I'd almost want him to do a feud with Cody between now and Mania to be like, fuck you. I went the distance longer than anybody else, and I still almost eliminated your ass.
Gunther's the IC champion.
Yeah. I mean, I think like maybe not even a title feud, like just say like, hey, build up to a match. I win, I get your shot because I deserve it. Something
I will say Imperium is one of my favorites.
They're pretty badass to watch.
Like they're fun. I mean, they're heel Germans.
Yeah, so, their asshole-ish nature and their like strict no prisoner kind of vibe is pretty it's pretty good.
They need to get Alex right.
Nobody needs to get Alex right.
Yeah, no, they do.
No.
Yeah.
Disco Inferno can keep him.
Hey, baby. You need Alex right to join your Imperium if you want to have a good time, yeah?
Oh, yeah, we need Alex right in that.
You need Alex right. If you want a good time, you get him. He's the party boy.
A lot of good
Talk to your
things in
man
this Rumble.
now.
I was surprised that there was a lot of
Mm.
employees in the Royal Rumble.
Employee, like non-guest or non-wacky
Yeah,
things.
like it
just
was
actual
basically
wrestlers.
Booker T and Logan Paul as the people that didn't work there. So that's pretty good.
Well, they both work there, but
you know what I mean? Like they're
no,
like
no
like
celebrity,
regulars.
like
Yeah.
everybody else is on the card like all the time.
and no real legends outside of Booker T.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the people in the match, like they're building. The biggest surprise to me, I think, was Brock Lesnar getting tossed out so quick.
Quickly, yeah.
That was not a because that's every year he hasn't won it, and even the years he has won it, where he comes in at the end, that's kind of how they've used him. He can't stick around in there. He either has to win it, or he has to get fluke knocked out quick, or just knocked out quick after eliminating a bunch of people.
Wasn't there one year where he started at number 1, and he kept knocking people out over and over and over again?
Yeah.
Oh, that was last year. Last year he came in at like.
No,
I think.
No, there was a year he came out number 1.
Yeah, I don't think it was.
Oh, yes.
I think it might have been like 2 or 3. He started very close.
Yes.
And then cleared ring, waited a few, cleared ring, waited a few.
That's right. That was pretty fun. And then he was just taking his time, just waiting for the next person.
Yeah. And Shelton Benjamin came out.
Yeah.
It might have been 2019.
I don't think so. Didn't we watch that? I don't remember seeing that.
We saw. Was it 2020 then?
Maybe.
It might have been
just
2020.
watched 19, so.
But yeah, for me, I was surprised he was just in and out.
I mean, he got a bunch of eliminations. I actually, when I was watching that, as the ring filled up, I was just like, okay, so like Lesnar's coming in early because Lesnar's going to clear the trash. That's what's happening right now, literally, and then he'll be gone. I mean, yeah, I was surprised, I guess, that he went out cleanish. Like it wasn't too screwy. It wasn't a team up. They just let Lashley take him out. That was fun.
I mean, it's building on that feud too with Lashley and Lesnar.
Those could be good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was 2020. I looked it up.
That was pretty fun.
And like Cody came out number 30. I'm like, okay, he wins. Blah.
Yeah, I am getting tired of the winners coming from 1, 2, 30, 29.
27.
Like, let's just come on, give us an 8, give us a 16.
Yeah, I would have liked that too, especially for a big baby face Cody Rhodes. It just it's like a baby
12.
It's like a baby face winning the title with the Money in the Bank cash in after the heel opponent is already beaten up. It's like, oh, good baby face, you started on third base and you won the game. That's kind of the only downside.
You got bunted home to win the game.
Oh, good job. That does leave a sour taste in my mouth too.
I didn't care much for him at number 30.
They did a really good job of like at least teasing like, hey, what if we let Logan Paul win? And the crowd hated him. And I fucking hate Logan Paul. And you know why I hate Logan Paul? Because he's
a multitude of reasons, I'm sure.
And annoying and all of that. But I hate him most because of how goddamn good at wrestling he is. And like the fact that he gets it. And he's like a natural heel, and like, damn it, why are you good? Can't you just be terrible so I can just say you're worthless? But no, this guy is a heat magnet and he knows it.
But people cheer him though.
Sometimes, but I mean, yeah, he's the guy.
Booze and cheers are all the same in this world.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. As long as he's booked like a heel and he just does what he does. I mean, what he did at this Rumble, the guy, he's a natural, and it pains me to say it. I mean, I gotta be fair. The guy is $1 million. He's like what they wish the Miz was, and he is that. In 2 months, he's like further along and better than the Miz ever was for being that celebrity piece of shit.
It's like he has a wrestling ring in both of his homes, because they put one in so he can train. So he puts that much in, but he also like couldn't name a single match in history, like a real wrestling buff that cares about, you know what I mean? One of these, like you go to a Johnny Gargano and ask him any match, like he can give you the entire history. But Logan's just like, I don't know any of that. Like I just know what I'm taught, and then I go from there and I master it, and I keep, so it's like, you son of a bitch. I wish you cared.
I just
Yeah.
don't like him.
Yeah.
And it makes me biased for not liking him in the ring either. So I take
No.
everything away from him just being a shitty person.
Like everything I've seen, the only time he's even been close to overexposed was the Reigns match, but it was totally fine because they never have Reigns try to do too much either. So that said, like I'm sure the little in between the spot stuff he doesn't have, but he's got the expressions down. He's got at least his own psychology down that works in everything I've seen him do in a ring. He could do all the moves. He's got size and the look. We all have an opinion on him before he even gets in the ring. He's perfect. He's perfect for it. It's
Not only can
crazy.
he do all the moves, he can do the move that we haven't seen before with Ricochet. Holy shit, that move was crazy.
We have
They
seen
just-
that before.
They just jumped off a rope.
I've never seen a double rope jumpy clothesline thingy thing.
Your favorite wrestler of all time did it.
Really?
Yep. With Rey Mysterio, I believe.
Nice. Yeah, that thing looked pretty awesome. So, I don't know. That was good.
It did look awesome. I'm not trashing the spot. Not at all. It
The
looked
only
really
problem I
cool.
have with that spot is like it doesn't do anything for the match other than pop.
Well, neither
But-
does like any finisher in a match of that the Royal
But that
Rumble.
wasn't a finisher.
I
I
hear
just
you.
mean like any high spot, any good spot.
I hear you. My reasoning was they're both really stupid. So they did that.
Yeah.
Like-
Okay, that makes
like
sense.
when Macho Man tried to pin Yokozuna
Yeah,
and
and got thrown
was
out
the
of the
final
ring.
elimination because
Yeah.
he tried to pin because he's a lunatic. Like he's just a crazy person. So
but I
yeah.
thought Ricochet was smarter than that.
Yeah, I probably, but he's teaming with Braun Strowman. I don't have a reason. I don't know. They did it because it looked cool. That's why they did
that was
it.
a WrestleMania
it.
moment style in the Royal Rumble, basically.
Yeah, the Young Bucks took them over.
Gotta get that spot in, man. That works.
But it was a good Rumble.
It was a good
Rumble.
Rumble. Sets a lot of stuff up for the year. Like, let's fucking go. And then we had, I don't even know.
I mean, we
You had the Mount. Yeah, there's not really much else to talk
Oh, the
about.
Black
The
Light
Mountain Dew match
match.
was trash.
the women's Rumble was about
Women's Rumble was pretty mid, right winner and all that.
I mean, I like that Rhea and Liv went the whole 60 from the beginning. That's always fun. I feel like that's a good rub to get in that, like being
Michelle
tasked with
McCool.
staying in the Rumble for 60 minutes.
Doing it in both Rumbles though is just kind of like, okay, we're doing so 3 out of the 4 people that started at 1 or 2 lasted the whole Rumble. Okay.
Like we said from earlier. Yep. Yeah, the Michelle McCool thing weird, but all right, whatever.
I thought it was kind of funny. She's just like, what? I had no idea. Let me take off my garments and I have my wrestling clothes on. Like, it was dumb. It was super dumb, but I
would have
had
worked
fun
better
with
with
it.
with Booker T.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Well, she was in the crowd and her music hit, so she's like,
Yeah.
oh
She's
shit.
with her kids. She literally like handed her phone to her kid.
Yeah. Like, that was funny. That's my goofy wrestling that I enjoy.
Yeah,
Like,
why
I
not?
didn't know, but like, you fucking knew. Get out of here.
main event though, Roman's match. I don't know. That was Roman and Kevin could put on a good show. And I do love Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens is good.
Kevin Steen. I think Kevin and Sammy made the best decision by re-signing with WWE and not going to AEW a few years ago. Because, they're gonna spend the previous, year and a half plus the next couple of years like in the main event.
I
Probably
doubt they
all
would have
time.
had the same chance they have now if Vince were in charge.
I mean, Vince is always like Kevin, but I doubt Sammy would be in the spot.
Didn't they start? Did the Sammy Uso start when Triple H took over? I thought it
Yep.
started before.
Sammy says started when Triple H took over.
Oh wow,
He's talking about it.
that's the biggest thing in wrestling right now. So credits
Yep.
to Try. But yeah, I didn't like the match. The match didn't do shit for me, but all the
It
post
didn't
match
do
stuff
anything
was
for me. I just wanted
but
to
it
wait.
wasn't supposed to. No one expected Kevin to win, and everybody wanted the ending to happen like it did, probably. So I did.
Yeah, the post match stuff. I mean, there were some moments where like they really milked some like decisions or moments a little long, but the crowd was there for it, and that's who it's first and foremost for. But all the performances were really good. The final shot of Roman just like taking the little aloha boa thing and just like taking it apart on Sammy, that looked really cool. Yeah, it was good
And the
stuff.
J turn, I like the J turn wherever they're going to go with that. You're either going to get
Yeah, you don't know what
Jey
he's
Uso,
doing.
like you're going to
Yeah.
get main event Jey Uso for real, or
Jey
no.
Uso is the hero for this entire feud.
And
Like
just
he's the vocal point.
was that
Because
Solo Sokoa? Was that his name? The other one?
Yeah, their brother. Yeah,
Yeah, just yeah, he's pretty good. You could just tell like the disdain. Because I haven't even caught most of the story, but you could just see like, oh yeah, he's the guy that really hates Sammy. Because like the second Sammy did his thing, he was just on top of him. Just
Yeah.
like boom, smack, smack. And like, oh, that's pretty good there.
doing his job. That's why it makes me think it's going to be Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa defending the tag titles against Jay and Sami Zayn.
That could
Because
be
all
Yeah,
four of
'cause-
them are going to be like, we are Usos that control the tag titles.
well, because they've been doing that too with the tag titles where people just get placed in if somebody can't do it.
Yeah, because the Usos have to have a title match at WrestleMania, and they're probably going to lose if Roman's losing. So who do you lose to? Well, if it's not Sammy and Kevin, it's got to be Sammy and betraying Jay. So who knows where they'll go with that?
Yeah, who knows? I mean,
We
you
could
got to
get-
figure
We could
ultimately
get
people.
Solo versus Kevin in a solo match at Mania. That'd be actually really good.
Well, whoever he wrestles, it'll be a solo match.
True.
Oh,
Correct factual statement.
I think we're gonna get a lot more.
It'll also be a sick match, a sick Oa match.
Hey-yo!
Liven.
I think we might get more
Yes.
of this, like for Hell in a Cell. A lot of this bloodline stuff is going to carry over there, bleed over to set up more for Mania.
I want to say Elimination Chamber.
Elimination Chamber, yeah.
Yeah, well, even the Elimination Chamber match is going to be for Theory's IC title.
Is it?
Yep.
Just that one?
It's not for a title shot at like Roman or anything. It's for
Wait.
Theory's IC title.
Theory?
Or US
I thought.
title.
Okay, I was gonna say I thought Gunther.
Did I
had
say
the-
IC? Yeah, Gunther has the IC. Theory has the
Okay.
US. The Elimination
Man,
Chamber
that's-
match is Theory's defending his title against 5 other people.
See, that's sweet. Outside observer. I know it. This is mostly try too, right? Just the fact that those belts mean something.
Yeah.
Like that's great because those things were just trash for so long.
No, and what I really was meant to say was about the Elimination Chambers, not just that actual match, but the other matches that'll take place, which are going to build up more for the feud with the bloodline with Sammy and Kevin, and to help build the breakup of the bloodline for Mania.
That'll be interesting to see where they go with that.
Because there are multiple ways to go with it, I think. And I really,
because it's what they said it's going to be Roman versus Sammy, so that obviously
that's already been announced.
And it's like, well, of course Sammy's not going to win, but you know,
what's going to happen?
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be fucking Cody versus Roman.
Yeah, I bet that main event's night 2. I bet whatever Bianca title match is, the Raw title is the second main event on night 2, and the main event on night 1 is probably Rhea and Charlotte.
Yeah. Rhea needs to get that win back.
Yeah. So
I mean, she already said she's going to fight her.
Yeah, there's no chance she doesn't. They're completing the story.
Yeah,
from a
like
few years
she
ago,
already said, like, oh, I want your title.
Yeah, be interesting to see.
Which was weak how she got it. Charlotte got it, but
I mean, but that's literally Charlotte's like 5 title reigns that she has. They're just like, Charlotte's back. Give her a title. Charlotte's back. Give her another title. Hell, Charlotte's back again. Guess what? Title.
Doesn't mean it's good. It doesn't mean it should be happening every time.
I concur with your statement. That's why she's the 93-time world champion.
Yeah, like I'm just done with it. Oh, I'm back. Oh, let me win this title off of Ronda, who won it off of Liv Morgan.
I mean, I'm glad Ronda's
They
not
didn't
around.
try to do anything with Liv Morgan with the title. And it's like, get the fuck out of here.
The crowd doesn't react to Liv, unfortunately.
No. I mean,
which is sad. I mean, if we were in the crowd, we would.
yeah.
If the crowd was
I
you,
love me some Liv Morgan. She's awesome. But it is what it is. And yeah. That was the cool Royal Rumble.
the greatest Royal Rumble ever.
My God.
It was not the greatest Royal Rumble.
You're right. That was in 2018.
You're talking about the Saudi one, the Braun
Well, it was
Strowman
called the
one?
greatest Royal Rumble ever.
Yeah. Greatest
Yeah.
Royal Rumble ever was 92, baby.
1992, followed closely by 1997.
Which one is 92?
Flair.
The Flair one? Yeah, that's what everyone
Yeah.
says.
Yeah, it's a good one. And it's like a crazy stacked rumble too, with names from NWA / Crockett.
And the after promo was on point.
Yeah.
With Flair and Mr. Perfect just talking.
And Sid and Hogan and those shenanigans.
Yep.
Bastard Hogan, bastard level 10 Hogan. Good stuff. And then that ultimately led to Macho Man winning his second and final WWF title at Mania that year.
I think my favorite Royal Rumble is the first one.
Yeah?
Yeah. I was
'Cause
a big Hacksaw fan back in the day.
Okay.
And he won the first one ever. And that, oh man. What was that? What was it? The bench press segment during that Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Was that
Woo!
who was that? Was that Rude?
I don't remember.
It was like Garvin.
It was some old dude
Oh,
getting the bench press record.
Yeah. Oh God.
Still stick with 97. That's where Stone Cold eliminated Brett to win.
Brett. 97. Stone Cold eliminated Brett.
Yeah.
Did he win 97?
Yeah.
Oh, and then he lost to Brett.
He won by last eliminating Brett, and the main event of that pay-per-view. God, I don't remember what the main event was.
What was the main event of that?
Shawn Michaels and Sid.
I'm talking about with Stone Cold. I don't remember what he did with that title shot.
I'm pulling it up.
Stone Cold won 97 and 98, didn't he?
I know he won 98 because then he won the title.
I think he won 97.
That led to WrestleMania 13 and I don't know. Bret Hart defeated Stone Cold, no DQ submission match against Mania. So I don't know what happened to that.
That was this one where he didn't tap, and it was a great match. It's an all-timer. Yeah. I didn't remember that being for the title. It might have been. It probably was.
No. It was that Mania was Undertaker defeated Psycho Sid for the title.
Which one?
Okay.
WrestleMania 13, 97.
Oh, you're talking Mania, not.
No, I know that was the main event of Mania because what did Stone Cold do with the Rumble? The Rumble winner didn't get the title shot always back then.
I guess not. Yeah, must not.
I mean, it does say for a WWE, but I don't.
Dino Bravo Sorry,
Dino Bravo. Okay. Yeah,
I'm
okay.
going
So
back
Dino
to-
Bravo was the one trying to set the record. Yeah, that guy didn't he get murdered? Like in a
I believe
warehouse
so.
by mobsters? He was
Yeah.
into some shit. Crazy. Yeah, that guy was a tree trunk of a man.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, that's when Andre and Hulk Hogan signed a contract for WrestleMania 3 rematch. Woo.
No, that was fun. Hogan hamming it up in that one. I think he tried to cry there, didn't he?
Oh, I never watched it.
Oh, really?
Mania 3?
Oh, I'm talking about that contract signing.
No, we didn't watch it when we were watching them.
Well, have you seen it before, though?
No,
Okay.
I'll have to go back. I do want to go back and watch them from start to finish, like all the matches, all the segments, and everything. I think that'd be a fun thing to do at some point. I don't know.
Should watch the old Crockett stuff, old AWA or old AWA stuff, all that old other stuff. Like you
Is
go
it
back and you
available
watch it.
anywhere?
I mean, a lot of it's on YouTube and stuff.
Okay.
Like I've gone back and watched some of that, and it's just like, wow, okay, so this stuff really was the better wrestling. The characters aren't as fun, and a kid me wouldn't have liked it as much for sure. But like the wrestling
adult.
is a lot. Yeah, the wrestling is a lot better.
Oh man, the first Rumble. I'm looking at the list. You ready?
Yeah, let's do it. Talking
Number
first
1,
Rumble. Yeah.
Bret
Look,
the Hitman Hart.
it is a quick timeout just to say loosey goosey. In the spirit of loosey goosey, formless, structureless, post-modern, terrible charity golf tournament podcast, we're knocking it out of the park.
Oh yeah, killing it.
Subscribe to our Patreon, yada yada yada.
Like, share, subscribe.
$100. Like $1 billion.
Find YSATS on all your local stations.
Yes. Get a YSATS t-shirt, buy a white t-shirt, write YSATS on it, and then you'll be cool.
NWO
That's-
style.
Yeah. YSATS, you suck and that's sad.
And now we're talking about.
Okay, go through the list though. I'm not trying to derail you. This is gonna be fun. So number 1, Bret the Hitman Hart. We're already starting out hot. Baby.
Oh,
Yeah.
he was. Do you want the entrant number and then who they're eliminated by?
No. Just the entrance.
Okay, number 2, Tito Santana.
All right. Tito Santana. We got the Matador.
Yeah. Number 3, Butch Reed.
Butch Reed.
I don't know who that is.
He's mostly a tag team guy. I think. What tag team was he in? Yeah, I think he was a famous one. Let me look it up.
Are you reading off the list to one of the Rumbles? I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, we're reading off the list of the first Royal Rumble.
Oh, I had no idea what you were doing. I was like, are we making up a Rumble? Where are you pulling these names from?
Oh, he died in 2021. He was also a pro football player. He was a tag partner with Farouk, with Ron Simmons.
Oh wow.
For a while in Mid-South. Okay. Oh, and with Jim Neidhart, he beat Magnum TA and Hacksaw Jim Duggan to win the Mid-South Tag Team Championship.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, he was in a few tag teams.
Speaking of, number 4, Jim the Anvil Neidhart.
There he is. That's probably why they got put together. They had history.
Yeah. And then we had Jake the Snake Roberts at number 5.
Oh, excellent.
Number 6, Harley Race.
More big Southern names coming in here.
And number 7, Jim Brunzel.
I don't know anything about Jim Brunzel.
I don't either. That's why I said it with the question.
I saw that question mark.
Yeah, it came up. Then we had Sam Houston.
Wow, one of the founders of Texas, one of the heroes of the Texas independence movement.
Then we get
Fantastic.
Daniel Davis.
So that's amazing. I don't know anything about Sam Houston, the wrestler, but that means we had both a Sam Houston and a Steve Austin. That's some real Texas history. That's fun. All right, who was next?
Danny Davis.
Danny Davis. He did some stuff.
He was a referee
He was a referee, huh?
and a wrestler known as
Dangerous Danny Davis.
Davis.
Okay.
He also was Mr. X.
Well, with a name like that, with a name like Danny Davis, I wonder why you'd want to be Mr. X.
And then we have Boris Zukov.
Okay, we got some Russians, we got some commies.
And then we get Don Morocco.
Don Morocco. I like just how old some of these names sound. Like literally anybody named Don Morocco has been dead for 20 years now.
Then Nikolai Volkov.
More commies.
And then we have Jim Duggan,
All right.
the winner at number 13.
Lucky number 13.
Yeah.
He defeated the commies
Well, he
and all the other foreigners.
is America with that hat 2x4.
Yeah. I mean it's the 80s.
Yeah.
It's still like Reagan's America. Yeah, this is 89 though, isn't it? What year is this? 88. So yeah, this is still the end of Reagan's America. So yeah, he's at max power. He will never be as powerful as he is now.
We got Ron Bass.
I don't know anything about him. Sounds
Then
fishy.
Then we have Brian Leslie Blair.
Oh man, okay, the Blair Witch. I saw his movie.
Okay. Hillbilly Jim
Hell yeah. Now here's a familiar name.
at number 16. And then at number 17, Dino Bravo.
Oh, fresh off the weightlifting here.
Yeah. Number 18,
Technically a foreigner, so he can't stand up to Hacksaw Jim Duggan. I think he's Canadian.
I don't know. Yeah, he
Dino
is
Bravo? Yeah. So,
Italian Canadian.
Yeah. Can't stand up to Hacksaw.
Number 18, the Ultimate Warrior.
Oh, he's from parts unknown, so he's technically a foreigner too.
He's a fucking alien. And then we have the One Man Gang.
I'm not going to comment on why 80s Jim Duggan was able to take down One Man Gang.
And at number 20, the Junkyard Dog.
JYD. He's from New Orleans, which in 80s America was also a foreign country. So yeah, can't stand up to Hacksaw Jim
Still
Duggan.
kind of is.
It makes me want to play that Rumble game with you guys again.
Oh, the card game? Yeah, that was a fun one.
Yeah.
That's a cool one.
Very quick. But yeah, that's the 1988 Royal Rumble, first Rumble of all time.
Well, I saw you boys finish your Rumble, and now I know my presidency is complete. I consider this my crowning achievement. God bless you, Vince McMahon. Oh, Ronald Reagan. Oh, you gotta promise me you're never gonna take a look at my business practices. Already done.
Oh, no.
Just don't do drugs. That's what my wife says. Oh, fuck.
Don't look at my doctors.
Oh,
I can't even do the voice right now. I'm stuffed up.
that just means you should be able to do it better. Just
Ah,
you don't need your nose,
You don't
only your
need-
throat.
You gotta get into the voice by saying "big meaty slapping meaty man."
ah, we need
Royal
big,
Rumble.
big beefy men slapping
Jerky.
man meat. It's just hard to get a breath when I'm
Yes,
talking
it's
like this.
jerky.
Ah, got jerky. Some good shit. You know. Got. Oh, I forgot where I was going with that one.
Oh, I eat 12 pounds of jerky and 6 dozen eggs a day.
I haven't shit in 3 weeks.
And that wraps up another episode of YSATS X AEW podcast.
The best podcast that no one listens to.
Featuring Royal Rumble this week.
You could probably cut the whole last 80 minutes, Phil. No, not 80. Maybe like 15.
Or 5. Or you know what? Don't cut any of it. Leave this in.
I think he should roll 100.
What's going on, Brittany? Say what you were saying to me.
Say it, Brittany.
I said, I got the last beer, motherfucker.
What?
She said,
I got the last beer, motherfucker.
Atta girl.
Oh, she took your beer. Looks like you're gonna have to do Adderall now.
It's all right. On the Patreon, he beats her.
Or is
that on OnlyFans? That's on the OnlyFans. Okay.
wait, what just happened?
What?
This has
Heyo.
been an excellent podcast, you guys. Let me tell you, we had a lot of fun. I hope you guys had a lot of fun.
All 13 of you.
Yes, I hope.
Why is Matt being weird?
What?
Why?
Because he doesn't want to do another 2-minute ad.
No, well, we're done. There's no more ads. This is the go home. This is the pulling the boat into the dock. You know, this is the tidying up. This is the like and subscribe.
And say thanks to producer Phil.
On your podcatcher. Thanks,
Phil is amazing.
Phil.
Like the video, share the video, and subscribe.
Like, thumbs up. Likes
We'll be
and
back
dislikes.
with more wrestling news.
Talk trash. Any shout outs, any fuck yous.
Yeah, I'm really, really excited getting these Warhammer figures together.
Yeah, that's a shout out. Shout out to Games Workshop
For
sending-
fucking sure.
Did he really just leave?
Yeah.
TK leaves the second you start thanking Games Workshop.
And like being nice to people. He's like, I'm out.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
He's so negative.
What a Nancy.
Like that rant he did about Brian Cage. Brian Cage is probably gonna beat him up at the next con.
That's probably why he had to leave, because Brian Cage broke the door down.
Oh.
And he's at his house about to fucking beat the shit out of him. Like, this podcast isn't even out yet. But Brian Cage, like, has his shit leaked in his house. Because he likes all the stuff his roommate does. So he's like got his finger on the pulse.
Oh yeah, he was already there. Filming a foot video.
He's like, "What the fuck you say about me?" Let me go with my 90s spike fucking hair.
Yeah, he's rubbing his hair up and down TK's spine right now. Really forcefully.
Like, he's patting him on the head gently while he does it.
Yeah.
To make him try to feel safe, but he knows he's not.
Like,
he
you
knows
little
he's
bitch,
not.
you little bitch. And TK's like screaming and crying. And like,
No.
like 20% of it is because of the pain, and 80% of it is because he's harder than he's ever been in his whole life. And he just doesn't know how to deal with it.
Yeah. Like,
that's what's happening right now.
That's why he had to dip out so quick. Didn't even say bye. It's like, oh, okay, I'm out.
Time to get used and abused by Brian Cage. And on that note, remember, everybody, like and subscribe. Especially you, Brian Cage.
And we know they listen.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah.
They're stealing our shit.
On YouTube.
They've been stealing our shit though.
Yeah.
Legit, we've been talking about it, and they're just using it.